No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. You only run for the border when you see the whole city running as well.
Your neighbors
running faster than you,
Breath bloody in their throats. The boy you went to school with, who kissed you dizzy behind the old tin factory,
is holding a gun bigger than his body.
You only leave home when home won't let you stay.
No one leaves home unless home
chases you.
Fire under feet.
Hot blood in your belly, it's
It's
not something you ever thought of doing.
until the blade burned threats into your neck.
And even then you carried the anthem under your breath.
Only tearing up your passport in airport toilets.
Sobbing as each mouthful of paper made it clear that you wouldn't be going back.
You have to understand
That no one puts their children in a boat.
Unless the water is safer than the land.
no one burns their palms.
Under trains.
Beneath carriages.
No one spends days and nights in the stomach of a truck feeding on newspaper. Unless the miles traveled mean something more than journey.
No one crawls under fences.
No one wants to be beaten, pitied. No one chooses refugee camps
Or strip searches
where your body is left aching.
or prison because prison is safer than a city of fire.
And one prison guard in the night
Is better than a truckload of men who look like your father.
No one could take it.
No one can stomach it. No one's skin would be tough enough. The
Go home, black.
refugees,
Dirty immigrants.
Asylum seekers.
sucking our country dry, niggers with their hands out.
They smell strange.
Savage, messed
Messed
up their country, now they wanna mess ours up. How do the words
The dirty looks.
roll off your backs?
Maybe because the blow is softer than a limb torn off.
Or the words are more tender?
Than 14 men between your legs. Or the insults are easier to
Then
swallow.
rubble.
Then bone, then your child body in pieces.
I want to go home.
But home is the mouth of a shark. Home is the barrel of a gun.
And no one would leave home.
Unless home chased you to the shore.
Unless home told you to quicken your legs.
Leave your clothes behind.
Crawl through the desert.
Wade through the ocean.
Drown.
Save.
Be hunger,
Forget pride. Your survival is more important. No one leaves home until home is a sweaty voice in your ears saying,
Leave. Run away from me now. I don't know what I've become.
but I know that anywhere is safer than here.
And our response is entitled, Standing in Between. At the end of the day, when there is no work left to do,
When exhaustion is all that our legs can feel,
We all want to get home. But where do we go when home tells us to leave?
My grandma once told me, nunca olvides cuál es tu verdadera casa.
never forget where your true home is.
Grandma, I'm not in the place that saw me grow,
But I will never dust my country's dirt off my shoulders.
She always reminds me where I come from.
I come from trajes típicos, from frijoles y tortillas hechas a mano.
From brown skin and thick accents.
I tell grandma I'm not welcome in my new home.
Refugees!
When mi gente finds a way to keep their families stable, they label us
Dirty immigrants!
We did not want to leave, we did not want to run.
Asylum seekers!
But the alternative is watching your 3-year-old neighbor selling chicles next to El Mercado Negro, afraid to wake up with guns at our heads telling us,
Give me your money!
Is that all you got?
They blame us for taking away jobs that no one wants,
for risking our lives to make theirs more convenient.
My grandma tells me,
No one will ever be able to build a wall between us.
I say, Grandma, in my heart,
I will never belong here.
She says,
Tu casa te espera.
Your home waits for
you.
but Grandma was missing something.
She never told me that one day my own true home
would
would
chase me
To deserts,
rivers and
She
borders.
never told me that home would give no other option but to run away.
Mother tells me that home is her grandmother's tortillas. It is walking down to the river to get water. Home is one pair of shoes.
Why go back to cold?
Candles and caves
When here we have convenience.
Here we have enough money for closets of clothes and 3 cars. Here we are comfortable. My parents work 7 days a week. Too worried about bills to pay, too tired to play. We plan to get away. On vacation, we go home.
I never met the parents of my father.
But their
Image was embedded into your mind.
He would tell me stories of his land.
Acres of nature that only he and his people could traverse.
Peaceful.
But war comes with the tide.
Hate, waves of hate which he strive.
Raced him to the States.
And now he traces his shrapnel scars, like he'll find a path through the wounded flesh that will always remind him that he wouldn't be going back.
So instead,
He sits his children down and tells us about his name, Iwanyamwu.
tells us so we will love it.
Iwanyamwu.
So that our American tongues will feel at home under the roofs of our mouths.
Faulty roofs that have never sheltered the language of Igbo. I love my heritage. I listen to all of your stories attentively, but why don't you just say,
I want to go home.
at the end of the day, when there is no work left to do,
When exhaustion is all that our legs can feel.
We all want to get home.
but where do we go?